This YouTube niche is stupidly profitable, but nobody is talking about it. Now, I found this niche yesterday when I was kind of going over, my weekly kind of recap on all these new ultra long form niches. And guys, I think I might have found the gold mine. There's about 2 channels doing this, both of which are making over $20,000 a month. Now, the first one that I'm about to show you is doing about 17K a month, and this is ultra long form content. So not short form, not regular long form, but ultra long form. So 3 to 4 hour videos, entirely automated with AI with an RPM of upwards of $25. And once again, we're only in Q1, so that $25 RPM will be about $40 later down the year, like December, September. Now, no, I'm not here to sell you a course. I've recently found another YouTube niche that has a $20 to $50 RPM. Nobody is doing it, and you can do the entire thing through AI. Now, this is my promise to you. You will leave this video knowing exactly how to tap into an entirely new niche with scalability and proof of concept. Guaranteed 15 to 10K a month if executed correctly. Now guys, the niche I'm about to show you is this one right here. It is called Stoic Evolution. Just by looking at it now, I'm sure you guys are already freaking out with kind of what we can see here. Stoic lessons that will improve your life while you sleep. 3 hours of brutally honest Stoic life lessons to fall asleep to. It's essentially 3 to 4 hour content of literally an AI script, an AI voice, and just still background content. Now, before you keyboard warriors start screaming saying, I don't believe the RPM, this is not AI. Yes, it is. The RPM is $25. I will personally send you $1,000 if you create one of these channels and don't have an RPM of upwards of $20. I'll send you that. That's my promise to you. This is insane. This has never been possible before. And what I'm going to do in today's video is show you exactly how you can replicate their videos one for one and why I think this niche is insanely scalable. Now, these guys specifically, Stoic Evolution, they've been going for about a year. In that time, or right now I should say, they're doing about 600,000 views a month. Now, if we go ahead and do 600 times, let's say they have a $25 RPM, which I honestly think is pretty conservative. That means right now they're doing about $15,000 a month, and they're not even posting daily. We could be posting daily in this niche. If we go ahead and give one of these videos a watch, you'll kind of see
why loyalty is conditional.
It's just a still image. They change the image every couple minutes. These images are actually AI, funnily enough, but you don't have to go with that. You don't have to use AI for every single image, but of course you can if you want to just do the entire channel completely AI. Now, as I've said, these videos use AI for the script and voice acting. What you can do is operate on a lower scale, but use pixels, free to use clips, and auto subtitle generators. Now, there's a few ways we can kind of improve upon what they're doing. First things first, we could be posting daily. They're only posting once every 2 days. Another thing we can be doing is using auto subtitles, which can be done in DaVinci, Sony, Vegas, whatever software you might be using will for the most part support auto subtitles, but no, that doesn't matter too much just because, for content like this, people are falling asleep to the content. So it actually doesn't matter too much what the visuals are, but that's just a small little way that we can sort of improve what's already working. Now, this niche is insane. I'm 100% certain that this is about 5 to 10K a month, completely passive. I mean, you could start in the next few weeks, whether you want to start today, tomorrow, and I'm pretty certain that within 2 to 3 months, you would be doing 5, 4, 6K pretty consistently. And once again, this niche takes literally 0 capital and 0 effort, minus your voice acting expenses. Now, no, the video is not done, but if you do need help finding any niches just like this, go ahead and join discord.gg/1%. It's my private server, it's completely free, and obviously I share niches on the daily and give you guys personalized help. Now, how do we do this? Now, first things first, building a folder to reuse. This is why I think this niche personally is probably the most insane niche I've ever seen in terms of, automatability and stuff like that. All they're doing is just having a singular image, right? They have AI images that they generate, and they literally just spam that through the entire video, right? It's just completely the same thing every single time, just with different backgrounds. Now, how do we automate this? In different niches, for example, if we were to do space content, like for example, space dust, what these guys do is, yes, it's 100% AI, but one thing is you still need to sort of have background videos, right? And you need to consistently put new ones in. Whereas in content like this, it's a still image. Now, I think you guys probably know where I'm going with this, but all you need to do is on your desktop, create a folder. Let's call it the Stoic channel, right? All we need to do is every single time we make an image, we simply save it in this folder. Once we have about 1,000 of those, we can consistently just keep using the same ones in every single video and build up a catalog to where when we create this style of content, it literally takes us less than 5 minutes to create the video, and our only real time spent is obviously writing the script, which is going to be done through AI, exporting the voice, and then actually exporting the video itself. Now guys, in terms of making the thumbnails and kind of the videos, like the images themselves, there's a few ways you can do this. First thing is just going on ChatGPT and giving it a reference. Like let's say, for example, I want to say recreate this exact style image in 1920 by 1080. That's one of the ways you can kind of make these style of thumbnails. Or secondly, head over to vidIQ AI thumbnail maker, go ahead and press reference. All we're going to do is literally upload the file itself. So let me go ahead and save that right now. All right, so I went ahead and uploaded kind of an example thumbnail of what they're doing. And all I'm going to say is copy this exact same style, 1920 by 1080. We're going to go ahead and press that. Now, ChatGPT has just finished their first one. Obviously, that's super shit, which is kind of why I say don't use ChatGPT for stuff like this, but you can always tell it to just change it, make it 1920 by 1080, but vidIQ is almost certainly going to make it in the exact same style just because of how advanced it is AI-wise. And there we go, guys. Tell me this is not absolutely insane. Obviously, if you want to remove the sort of text, just hover over it like that, and just, of course, press erase, and it's going to go ahead and do that for you. But this is kind of how you make the thumbnails themselves, and once you obviously have it, you go ahead and just save it in this folder. Make 10,000 of them, make 1,000 of them, save them all in this folder. And FYI, this is a one-time thing. You don't have to do this every time. Once you've done it the first time, you can consistently just keep recycling through the same base of content that you actually have. Now, the next thing is obviously script writing. Now, I go into depth on how to kind of write scripts all the time, but really the easiest way is to steal the script of the video you want to copy. We're going to go ahead and download the URL, and we're going to go to a YouTube transcript downloader. All we're going to go ahead and do is literally press download transcript. We're going to go ahead and copy it. And what this is going to do, I see a lot of you guys asking, this is essentially going to then copy the exact same style that they write their scripts in, but it's going to do it for ours. Now, all you want to do with that is say, I'll go ahead and write up a little prompt. Give me like 1 minute. Now, I've gone ahead and made my entire thing just like that. What I said to it was, I'm making an ultra long form niche for stoic stories. 3 to 4 hours long, keep it engaging, good pacing, good hooks, and relaxing enough for a viewer to fall asleep to. Here is an example script. And then obviously I just provided the script that we just downloaded so it knows how to kind of copy the style, the pacing, and everything we want. And then I said, make it 3 to 4 hours long. Today's video title is 4 hours of stoic lessons that will improve your life. Now, one little thing is, ChatGPT can't write 3 to 4 hour scripts in one go, but they recently added this tool called Deep Research. It takes a while, it can be like 20 minutes, but what it will do is actually give you the sort of entire ultra long form length in one go. So I'm not going to use it in today's video, but obviously if you wanted to use it, just go ahead and click it. It'll take about half an hour, but it will make your script in the exact same style. But for today's reference, let's go ahead and press generate and watch how insane this is. And it's already gone ahead and done it. Life moves fast. The world doesn't slow down for anyone. The struggles, the chaos, the endless distractions. Your entire script is essentially done. Now, next step, and this is pretty, everyone knows this, but what we're going to go ahead and do, and this is very apparent, let's head over to 11 Labs. If you can't afford 11 Labs, because FYI, if you are doing long videos like this, 11 Labs is going to be a little bit expensive. If you don't want to put the money in, you can check out Fish Audio. It's only $5 a month for unlimited generations, but it's pretty shit compared to 11 Labs. But I see a lot of people asking me, well, what can I use if I have a lower budget? That's definitely an alternative. No, this is not sponsored. This is just me trying to help you. Obviously, when it comes to 11 Labs, it's far better in literally every single way. But let's just say I wanted to go with kind of a relaxing voice. I would press generate script and just look how insane this is. Now, that voice is insane for this. Obviously, these kind of videos are made for people to fall asleep to. So you kind of want to have a really engaging, relaxing voice that, people can actually listen to if they're trying to have a nap. So this voice here is Andrew Smooth Audiobooks. Feel free to use that if you do end up going with 11 Labs. But honestly, it's that easy. Now, next thing up is, obviously, we already spoke about voice acting. Next thing is thumbnail design. No, I don't mean stuff like this. I mean actual thumbnail design. So for example, you want to have a thumbnail like what they're doing. You can tell they're highly saturated, and guys, FYI, this is probably going to be the most in-depth I've ever gone in making thumbnails and kind of what contributes to a high CTR. This is exactly how I copy these thumbnails for my channels. Go ahead and do the exact same thing. We're going to head over to vidIQ. We're going to go ahead and press reference, upload, paste in the link of a channel we want to copy. Now we're going to say, copy this thumbnail exactly, but for the text, Now, obviously, for the text, we're going to want to go ahead and copy an outlier. So a video that performed exceptionally well on their channel. I'm going to go ahead and say, don't waste life. That seems like a really good idea. I'm going to say, but for the text, write, don't waste life. All we're going to go ahead and do is press create. Now, let's let this happen. And after I've done this, you might think this is all done. No, I have a few more things I want to optimize. That's going to make the thumbnail just improve CTR a little bit more. Guys, can you please tell me this is not ridiculous? How on earth is this possible that it's able to do this at such a high quality with zero optimizations? FYI, you do want to work on it a little bit and make a few changes, but let's say I was happy with this thumbnail. I would go over to Photopea, which is kind of a software that I always use to kind of edit my things. I don't use Photoshop. You obviously want to go ahead and increase the brightness so it pops out on, YouTube way more. And then of course, increase the saturation, which can be done just like that. And look at the night and day difference between this, which obviously if you saw it on your homepage, it's not going to have a high CTR just because it's very kind of dull, dark, doesn't pop out as much. Whereas if we look at this one, it's far more, kind of pops out a lot more. And obviously for the text, if you want the text to pop out a little bit more, go ahead and highlight that layer and just kind of don't increase the brightness. Sorry guys, I'm not a Photoshop expert, but of course, just up the saturation. There's a few ways you can do it, but you can kind of get the gist here. You want to increase the saturation and brightness because that's obviously going to contribute to a higher CTR. If we go on browse features, you guys will see most videos that perform well have very bright, kind of colors that kind of pop out to you and obviously stand out amongst all the other videos. So in ultra long form specifically, it's very, very important to make sure your thumbnails stand out more than your competition. Once again, in this niche, there's not too much competition, so whoever starts this first is obviously sitting on 10K a month, but it's definitely a good way to start, is by always having that thing inside of your head. Now the next part, pre-monetized versus starting fresh. This is very obvious. In a niche like this, the views you're going to get prior to being monetized, just because the RPM is so high, let's say $25, if it takes you 150K views to get monetized, that means you're missing out on $4,000. If you guys want to get a pre-monetized channel, meaning you're monetized off the rip, you can start in any niche. The channels are completely fresh. Go ahead and check out my personal website, premonetize.com. Use the promo code video and you'll receive a 10% discount for the first 2 of you guys to use it. And of course, you can go ahead and get a 30-day AdSense or an instant AdSense. No more plugs. Thank you guys. Let's get back into the video. Now, operating it yourself versus hiring talent. In a niche like Space Dust, if you do have the budget, I always say kind of hire an editor, whether it's from Creative Paradise or Upwork. But in a niche like this, the content you're making is just so simple. I mean, it is ridiculously easy. I have a software coming out soon that's going to be able to export the videos for you online. A little bit more on that later. But what I'm trying to get at sort of is saying that when you're doing videos like this, they're so easy to do. I mean, you'll have a whole library of kind of images you can just continue cycling through. So there's not really a need to pay somebody to handle this. The only time I would say paying a team is worth it in this sort of industry is once you've scaled. If you're already doing 10, 20K a month in a niche like this, which obviously you will be doing given enough time, then it is kind of worth it to start looking into hiring talent. But at the start, this content is so simplistic, so easy to do 10K a month that it's really not necessary. Now guys, I did promise you to kind of cover everything in this video. Next thing is video ideation. This is very important. This is kind of what the actual video ideas that you're posting are. Now, the way you want to do this, and this counts for any channel, whatever niche you might be doing, head over to their outliers. An outlier being a video that performed exceptionally well comparative to their usual videos. You guys can see here, we're going to filter by popular. We're going to go ahead and take a screenshot of all of their videos. These are obviously outliers. Now, we're going to head back to ChatGPT. I'm going to say these videos performed very well on a competitor channel. Copy this exact style and give me 20 video title ideas. Now, what this is going to do is copy exactly what's worked previously, but make video titles that relate to your sort of content. Now, as you guys can see right here, it's already gone ahead and kind of copied the exact same style, but a bit different. So the Stoic Guide to Unshakable Confidence, 3 hours of Stoic lessons for mental strength, stop caring about what doesn't matter, Stoicism. Now, if you guys don't know what Stoicism is, I think Stoic altogether is like being a Sigma or some bullshit like that, but who cares? It gets money, it makes views, and obviously, this is the channel that you're sitting on 10, 20K a month potential with. Now, finally, if you guys want to check out my one-on-one private mentoring, check out blakeryan.co. I essentially work directly with you and try and scale you to 10K a month. Next thing, if you want to join my public Discord server, discord.gg/1%, it would help me out a huge amount. And finally, premonetize.com. It's my site if you want to be monetized right off the rip. Obviously, in a niche like this, it helps a lot, and we've sold upwards of 400. Now, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all later. I kind of hope you learned something, and peace out.